You can prove your case beyond any doubt, with every fact on your side, and still end the night apologizing to the person you just proved wrong. This cost is a calculated psychological maneuver. It executes in a half-second window, right between your win and your apology. Think about how the trap starts. You bring evidence of a broken promise or a canceled plan. Naturally, you expect an answer to that evidence, but they don't touch the facts. Instead, the subject suddenly changes. A moment ago, you were discussing what they did. Now, somehow, the topic is your tone, your coldness, the way you brought the issue up. You came to discuss reality. They just dragged the whole confrontation onto a battlefield made of feelings. And on that ground, your evidence weighs absolutely nothing. Shifting the argument onto emotions serves a deliberate, functional purpose. In 1997, psychologist Jennifer Freyd named this reflex DARVO. It operates in 4 moves. First, denial. Then, the attack, targeting your memory. Finally, reverse victim and offender. The person causing the harm becomes the injured party, and the victim becomes the aggressor. Let's see what this actually looks like. Take a woman we'll call Dana. Her partner canceled a weekend trip they'd planned for a month at the very last minute. She didn't yell. She laid out the dates and the texts gently. He didn't dispute a single thing she said. He just went quiet. Then his voice got small and he said, "Wow, so I'm just a terrible partner. That's who I am to you." This tactic weaponizes your empathy. When their face crumples and their voice cracks, your nervous system files their pain as an emergency. It forces a reflex to soothe them immediately, regardless of who was right 10 seconds ago. Within 2 minutes, Dana was apologizing for bringing the trip up. She was forcibly recast into the role of the aggressor. If you stay calm, they pull the lever of your empathy. But what happens if you finally break? This introduces a trap called reactive abuse. It builds through months of subtle, deniable provocations, a sigh, a dig, a boundary stepped over, until you inevitably lose your temper. You raise your voice. You slam a door. That single reaction is torn clean out of the months of pressure that produced it, and it gets captured and weaponized as permanent proof of your supposed instability. This tactic also scales up outside the room through projection. A manipulator will preemptively recruit your friends by telling them a calm, tearful story first. By the time you seek support, you walk into a room that has already decided you are the danger. Even when you do get an apology, it's often a trap. Phrases like, "I'm sorry you feel that way," or "I'm sorry you took it like that," shift the blame entirely onto your reaction rather than the original offense. Then there is the ledger. You raise a single valid complaint, and out comes an itemized list of every favor they've ever done for you. The goal is to drown your issue under an exhausting mountain of past receipts. Every one of these secondary escalations shares a single function. The act is camouflage, allowing the total reversal of reality to slip right past your defenses unnoticed. The long-term aftermath of this loop is a slow, unspoken surrender. Each hollow victory teaches your body that winning hurts, so you progressively stop bringing up your own needs, dropping subjects one by one just to keep the peace. These fights target a specific prize: narrative control over the relationship. Your certainty in your own version of events is the true threat. That steady, quiet grip on reality is exactly what the manipulator is trying to pry loose, one apology at a time. A 2020 line of research found a crack in this system. Simply being taught what DARVO is and learning to name the pattern strips the tactic of its power. Awareness alone makes the manipulator significantly less believable. So here is the physical tell you can watch for. Notice the precise second the argument abruptly shifts, from the facts of what they did to the feelings of how you are making them feel. When you see that switch, you hold the line. You let them have their feelings. You can feel the intense urge to fix their face and apologize, but you refuse to hand over your memory of what happened. The ultimate goal of confrontation is not to win the argument. Winning was their frame, designed to make you lose. Your goal is simply to remain the one person in that room who still maintains a firm grip on reality.